Hydra wakes their best puppet for a cold-blooded mission in 1991 while the rest of the entire world stays dark. Now the team hunts a ghost named Crossbones, but things go south fast in the middle of a busy city. Rumlow mentions Bucky, which throws Steve off his game and gives the villain a big chance to strike at them. Wanda tries to stop a blast, but she accidentally sends the fire into a building full of many innocent people. This mistake puts the team under fire, and Tony meets a mother who blames him for her very dead son. General Ross shows up to tell the heroes they need a leash because the world does not feel very safe. He presents a new law that puts the heroes under the thumb of a United Nations panel right now today. Tony thinks rules save lives, but Steve worries that hands on the wheel will not always steer them the right way. While they argue, Steve says goodbye to Peggy Carter and finds comfort in the brave words of her young niece. A bomb rips through a meeting in Vienna and kills the king of Wakanda in front of the whole wide world. The world blames Bucky for the blast, and T'Challa puts on a suit to hunt for blood and revenge today. Steve tracks his old friend down first and tries to get him out before the special forces shoot to kill. A wild chase begins through the streets as the Black Panther tries to tear Bucky apart with his metal claws. They all end up in a cell, but Zemo sneaks in to read those magic words from that old red book. The trigger words flip a switch in Bucky's brain, and he starts a one-man war against the whole team. Steve saves Bucky from a crash and learns about a secret squad of killers waiting for orders in the ice. Tony realizes he needs more help, so he flies to Queens to find a young kid with some very special powers. Meanwhile, Cap breaks his friends out of jail and builds his own team to stop the dark plan Zemo set. Both sides meet at an airport in Germany where friends must choose between their loyalty and the law of man. Spider-Man joins the fight by stealing Cap's shield and showing off some moves that take the heroes by surprise today. The battle gets messy as Scott Lang grows into a giant to help Steve reach the hangar and escape safely. Steve and Bucky take off, but a stray blast from Vision sends Rhodey crashing down into the very hard flat ground. Tony finds out that someone set Bucky up, so he goes to Siberia to help Steve finish the fight today. They find Zemo waiting in a dark room with a screen that holds a truth that nobody wants to see. Zemo hits play on a grainy video from 1991 while the air in the room turns very cold and heavy. Betrayal sparks a brutal fight between the two friends that leaves them both broken and alone in the cold snow. Steve walks away and leaves his shield behind, while Tony sits alone with the weight of the team falling apart. Steve sends a letter to tell Tony he will still be there if the world ever needs his help once again. Peter Parker checks out his new gear back home as a bright red light fills up the space in his bedroom.